Hey, how you doing this morning? Just wanted to get your views on this RBG appointment and what you thought. Should the president make an appointment during his remaining term?
Well, why not, Ed? I mean, isn't that his obligation under the Constitution to fill the seat? And
Seems like it is.
I mean, there's no constitutional basis to wait. Now, I've heard people arguing about this, that, or the other, about what happened to Merrick Garland. And, I guess if politics were fair and if everything was equal, then maybe they'd have an argument. But after the last 4 years, after what they've done to President Trump over the last 4 years, how they've misused the investigatory process, the special counsel that was appointed, how they had the impeachment, and they basically ran roughshod over the Republicans. I mean, we can just think of hearing after hearing where they've had Republican people in, including Attorney General William Barr, and they've run roughshod over him. You remember reclaiming my time? They wouldn't even let the man speak. He's the Attorney General of the United States. So since when do the Democrats ever show any fairness or consideration to the Republicans? Since when do they try to avoid hypocrisy or anything like that? It's not a concern for them at all. They do whatever is most politically expedient for themselves at the time. And so if those are the rules, and remember what they did to Brett Kavanaugh, now Justice Kavanaugh, I mean, that complete circus that they pulled on him. So if those are the rules that they've set for the game, then this is not even a major issue. We should just proceed with the appointment. The president should appoint someone. Hopefully the Senate can come to a vote on that before the election. If not, maybe they can do it shortly after the election. They could certainly begin the hearing process in the time that we've got between now and the election. And this is a great issue for Republicans. I mean, Republicans are fired up about the Supreme Court. And President Trump has a chance to leave such a lasting impact with the people that he's already appointed. And this next appointment, they say it could change the balance of the court. Now, of course, we don't know until the court starts voting on things, because some of the people who are appointed, they tend to get their own ideas once they get that black robe and that title justice, or maybe even chief justice. They tend to start to get some of their own ideas about how they want to vote on things, and they don't really necessarily follow what might have been expected of them as justices or the chief justice once they're put into that position. But at least we can hopefully get an originalist, a constitutionalist, someone who's conservative, somebody who believes in the rule of law. It was said by Joe Biden on Friday night about Ruth Bader Ginsburg that she used her position on the Supreme Court to change the law in this country. And if that's what you think a Supreme Court justice is supposed to do, then we just have a fundamental disagreement about what the role of the court is. It's the role of the legislature to make the laws and to change the laws when necessary. It's the role of the court to interpret the laws as the legislature writes them. That's why we have the three branches of government. That's why we have the separation of powers. These are important concepts that underlie our constitutional system. And what the Democrats want to do generally is whatever's politically expedient for their political purposes, including putting justices on the court who want to change the law if they don't like what the Congress has passed. What do you think, Ed?
I think that you're on the right track. My only issue and concern is that a lot of Republican senators in the past who are leaders in the Senate and Congress generally have said, no appointments during a presidential election, no appointments in the last 3 months of a year, and so on.
Right. Well, you're talking about Lindsey Graham. Remember, he said, use my words against me. And now he's finding that they are going to use those words against him. But what he said over the weekend was that for him, Kavanaugh changed everything. The whole process with Kavanaugh changed everything. And that's the point that I think needs to come home to these Republicans. We've got already Senator Lisa Murkowski, Senator Susan Collins, both saying that either they won't do a vote or that they don't believe that a vote should occur before the election. and that it should be whatever president wins the election that makes the nomination to fill Ruth Bader Ginsburg's spot. They're already boxing themselves in. They're saying this is not fair, this is hypocritical, etc. And that's why I kind of went on my little rant just a few minutes ago. The point is, when have the Democrats ever applied that standard to themselves? And we all know, anybody that's been watching politics closely over the last 4 years knows they haven't. They haven't applied any standard of fairness or trying not to be hypocritical. They've done whatever they wanted to do when they were in power. And now that the tables are turned, I think turnabout is fair play. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.